Today's video we are going to be doing a little bit of a closet rejig. Not only are these some of my favorite videos to watch and just hang out with, but it's also one of my favorite things to do when there's a seasonal change. I have been thinking a lot more about sustainability as well as the way that I kind of want this channel to go. And in the summer, I ended up going through all of my things and I got rid of so much. And I don't know whether it was quarantine and really wanting more of that space or just wanting more out of the things that we have versus just striving to have more. But I think that really here online, we're all just kind of directing ourselves towards a new way of creating content, and hopefully throughout this YouTuber series, if you guys are new here to this channel, I've been trying to put out a video every single day. Hello, my name is Amanda if you are new. Today's video, we are going to do a rejig of the closet, and a lot throughout this month we'll be focusing on kind of elevating your life, a few new concepts that I've been learning, maybe some little home DIYs to make things a little bit more cozy in your house, and then as well just some styling tips. And all those styling tips will be like outfits to create from your existing closet. So the first thing I've got to do before I do any styling videos is actually transition my wardrobe. This morning, I'm filming this video actually in September, and this morning in Ontario in Canada, I woke up, I turned off my alarm to my phone and it said 8 degrees Celsius. I don't know if you guys are Celsius or Fahrenheit, but that's how you know. Like, that is how you know that either spring or fall are here. It's when those mornings and those evenings are a little bit crisper and cooler, especially in the fall. Obviously you notice a little bit more, but I think today I am going to be doing that. Hopefully you will follow along. If you are willing, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. It helps me so much build this little corner of the internet. One of the main goals I want to do, and maybe you can focus on too if you're transitioning your wardrobe, is looking at those items from that season before, not just shifting new things into your closet and kind of taking things out. Sometimes there are items that you just carry over year after year and you don't even wear them. I'm going to be critically looking at those things, trying to edit things down. Having a smaller wardrobe has not only helped me with my morning decision fatigue, but also mix and matchable pieces that I just feel really good in no matter what the day is. Assessing, do I even wear this, or was this a trendy, stylish piece? As I have moved through these past few months, I have already seen my wardrobe decline. And if you guys have been around here for a little bit, you would have seen when I was living in my loft on my own, I literally had a room that was a closet room, which now I look at it, I'm like, oh no. At one point it was every girl's dream, but now it's just like, no, we just need less. Without further ado, this rambling on can stop now. So this is my current closet situation. I have this other rack here. I just moved it over because I was going to be doing some other filming. But if you guys are also new, I work in TV, so I do have a few clothes that I only really wear at work, and then a couple of my clothes that I wear out and about. So I'm going to be pulling out a bunch of stuff, and I think I have a little locker at work, and I think I'm going to take the majority of those clothes that I only wear at work straight there, so it's just completely separate. And then I have the option when I'm there. But this is what it looks like right now. Not too bad, not too bad. I also went home the other day and I pulled out my autumn buckets. There are a couple of other ones at home, but this just goes to show I also have to do, and by home I mean like my family home, I also have to do a little edit there, but that's the transition pieces that we're going to make. And I think what I'm most excited about is making and having less. Doesn't mean that you can't go shopping, doesn't mean that you can't look for that key piece, but I think we're going to be doing a few vintage shops and really nailing down like what is missing here and what could be a forever piece or a really long-lasting piece. So yeah. The first step is going to take everything out. This is my favorite part. This is where we can assess every single piece. I'm going to speed that up a lot, and then we'll just talk about key pieces throughout the video. But I think I'm going to have to remove my hat because this small room is going to get pretty steamy. So say goodbye to the hat. I was on a plane to California. I had all the time I'd ever. I've been putting away my seasonal clothes in these big bins that Mom and I picked up at Costco. And what I basically do is, because Scotty and I, our place isn't the biggest, doesn't have the most space, which is actually quite amazing because it's helped us edit things down and decide what frying pan is worth keeping, things like that. But because of that, because I have these bins, I have been leaving these at my parents' house and they've been so gracious to keep that in their storage. The one great thing about putting some of your clothes away in the storage is that you are so excited to see them when you get them back. And it was funny, I remember putting clothes in these bins in through the spring, being excited to pull out my summer gear, stuff like that. But I was putting away some clothes that I was really sad to see go. I'll be very excited to like keep this and see it again next season when that comes about. So some of my favorite clothing is actually my fall clothing. And I think even through the process of pulling out these bins and looking at these things, I am going to assess how excited I am to see it again. And that will tell me whether it's a keeper or not. So let's go through these. I've got 2 bins here to go through. I definitely suggest putting away shoes when you are making that seasonal transition. Shoes are one of the biggest space takers I have found. And even though the fall shoes, I was so good at editing down my fall shoes last season, so I know that a lot of these I'll keep, or it will be like the closet equilibrium. So for example, these boots, I have had them forever. They are the long over the knee. They're just from Aldo. They're pretty worn. They've got quite a few salt stains, but they're good enough if you're going, say, to a dinner or you're going to a market. I mean, I don't know what will be open this season, but just so you're not worried about those salt stains, I would love to find a tall boot that is not going to be so worn. I've had these for literally years. Look at the back, they are awful, but they definitely do the trick and they still look quite nice if you're not looking directly down at that heel. So keeping the closet equilibrium is like one thing in, one thing out, and I think eventually when I find the replacement for those boots, that's going to be the perfect transition there. I also have these little cuties that I'm so excited to see again, another kind of closet equilibrium thing. You can see they've been quite worn there. These are ones that are debatably on the chopping block because they are, one, so high, but I really love them still. They're kind of that festive velvet burgundy color, and these are also from Aldo. I think I bought these in a Boxing Day sale a couple of years ago, and they do make an appearance every once in a while, but they are so tall. I also have these Mark Fisher boots. If you have been around this channel for some time as well, you would have seen these in a million things. These are some of my favorite boots in the whole world. I want to find a pair of little black booties that aren't as high, but these ones are wonderful. Okay, so now it's time to get into the clothes, and this is the moment where you're kind of deciding, is this sparking joy for me or not? I got this one basic gray sweater, and it's so funny too because I find like we are always attracted to such similar things when we walk into stores. So I've been trying to find a really beautiful gray turtleneck, and here I am going through all of my winter and fall stuff, and I have 2 in here I already know about. This one's a Wilfred one, and I got it last season. It still fits pretty nice. I did pop it in the wash at one point, and that was definitely a no-no, so I think this will be a try-on just to make sure that it fits. This Club Monaco jacket, so cute. I've also had this for a couple years. Finding a key jean jacket is one of the best staples that you could have in your wardrobe. This one, obviously a bit more of a fall transition because it does have that chic top. So I love that one. Little off the shoulder action with another Wilfred gray sweater, of course. Already seeing a couple. This one turtleneck, I love myself a good turtleneck, but I don't know, this color can kind of look a little weird on me. That one is really comfortable though. And already seeing a couple of things that I've just had for a really long time that not necessarily are the most flattering thing anymore. But it is funny, sometimes you'll be going through your bins and you genuinely forget that you own something. Ah, blanket scarf, just the best. The best. Looking around, and one of the most shocking things is when you pull everything out. And in your closet it's a little different because obviously stacks of clothing look so different from clothing hanging. It just seems like this is still just too much, and that's okay. But I'm looking at my shoes first. I'm gonna show you a little bit of a more unique way, a more Amanda way of showing you how I'm going to edit this. But I'm looking around being like, no conceivable way have I worn all of these shoes. I'll add little notes as well beside. I get excited when I think about passing something on or looking at a pair of shoes that you wear all the time and being like, yes, I love this pair. After watching the Anna edit as well, I'll link her below. I talk about her all the time. I feel like she's my virtual best friend and we've never met, but it is interesting when you live in a country like the UK, Anna, or like Canada, myself, and you really experience those 3 seasons. So there are things that she puts away specifically for winter to keep them special for when it gets really cold. So this is a goal of my edit down today, is there are gonna be some things that I feel like, ooh, yeah, that would be a great fall piece, but really I'll just save it for the winter time and then pull out some of the more autumnal things a little later. So I'm gonna really try to do that, because by the time where you reach January and February, things just feel so stale, and that's the reason why you feel like you just want to go and get something new and introduce something to your closet. So trying that today.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Everything that I own, yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found.
Now we've gotten to the point where the shoes are back in, they're settled. I hope you guys liked that little version of doing the shoes. This is my first time doing it, so hopefully it turned out. Fingers crossed for post-editing Amanda, you'll let me know. And then up in the top there, I have my hats so far. I think I'm gonna hang them on the wall again because I find that it adds a really cool look to your wall. I had my summer ones. Here, I'll turn us. Summer ones on the wall. I might be keeping this one for the fall, but for sure that one's like a holiday and summer hat look. So right now, I think the next step is going to be eliminating the things that are obviously being eliminated, such as my shorts. If you guys did watch my Aritzia haul though, I ended up getting these TNA shorts. They were the best, like so good. So just as a general review, I think I'm going to be doing less hauls on this channel as a whole, unless it's something very specific, and then just to kind of review as well the things that I did buy, because isn't that the point, is to buy something that lasts a really long time? Good job, shorts. I'll see you next summer. So I'm gonna get rid of those things. I also am just so relieved to be done with the bags and everything. There were so many things that I ended up just passing on to charity, or Scotty's little niece could like play with this little wallet, something like that. So now I'm looking at my summer things behind the camera. It's a lot. Let's turn around. It's like kind of ridiculous, eh? When you start actually laying everything out and hopefully not making you guys vomit. The exposure will be a little bit different because we returned, but I'm seeing things in this pile that I absolutely love. Like, for example, this polka dot dress, took these pictures with Scotty in the summer in it, and I just love it, and I'm so sad to see it go, but it's not going anywhere far. It's just going over to my parents, and if I need it for, say, I don't know, you couldn't really wear that to a wedding though because it's white. Don't want to be that person. But it's nice to feel excited about the clothes that we're actually going to pull out the next season, or if we have holiday, depends on how the world is going. Do you know what's funny is you start filming a video like this and I have everything laid out here obviously and I want to go through it, but even in my head I was like, I don't know where to start. And is it taking out the key summer things, or just literally removing all of those summer things, maybe putting them on this rack and then deciding what's to keep, and then the bin is like the final stage. It's not a rush, you know, it's not a rush, it's not a race, but you really do have to give yourself time, because I remember hearing this one theory how if you are asked to make a decision very quickly you are likely to say yes. But if you have time to think about it, you may lean more towards no. And that's why at the checkout counter, they will ask you, hey, do you want to donate towards this? Or in that checkout line, they have added all of those extra bits and bobs for you to kind of look at, because your last minute thinking is like, oh, I'll grab that too. Or yeah, sure, just throw it on there. And obviously you're gonna wanna like donate to charities and things like that. But sometimes it's making the decision of which one you wanna donate to. That was a tangent, but my whole process is sometimes when you're filming a video like this, you want to get through and you want to get all those shots and getting those shots of like putting it in there and folding it up. The whole point of this is to edit this down and to make a really good kind of capsule or a really good array of things that I'm actually going to wear. And the harsh reality of that sometimes comes slow. So I managed to pull all of my summer clothes onto this rack, and now all I'm gonna do is go through, go slow, and put what I am putting away into this bin. I know I have a couple of tops that are cute, I like them, but I never grabbed for them, and that is the hardest part about eliminating things. One of them being this top, for example. Zara top, super cute, flowy. I don't necessarily trust this buttonhole, but I have other white tops that I grab for all the time. So that's where the tough part comes, but you just have to accept that if you create that space, you may just love having that space. One, you'll grab for the things and see the things you love because it won't be absolutely crammed with things that you don't wear all the time. And you're also creating space for some new things to come into your life. I've completed the whole transition. I'm really happy with, I think, how it went. I'm still looking at it and seeing that a lot of stuff is compact in there. One thing that I found really hard to do, and I think if I take a couple of these things out, it's gonna really help not only have less in the closet for fall, but as well get excited for things in the winter, is I was talking about the seasonality of it all. So there's a few things in there I think that I would only be wearing when it gets much colder, so that's what I'm going to be taking out of there. And for summer stuff, I did end up editing like a whole kitchen bag that I will be donating to charity. And then there's a couple things as well, just passing on to friends of mine. One thing that I'm actually very proud of myself with is in the spring, I had a lot of buckets in here. Like you guys saw 2 buckets, so I have 2 buckets full out there and a bag because one of the buckets is just shoes and bags as well. I had way more buckets that were all summer, spring things. And because I made that big edit the other day, I was able to just have one solid bucket, like this one solid bucket of summer clothing that I can bring out and know that I'm gonna love everything in there and be excited to see it. But then it leaves a little bit of space to purchase a couple new things, or maybe do that closet equilibrium where you find a new item and then you trade it out for another. Again, there's a couple of items back here that are still kind of summery. That's the thing about Canada as well with summer, and if you're Canadian you totally get it, and even stateside because you guys are warmer for even longer, is that even though it's September, October, there can be some days that absolutely light up. There can be some days that get quite warm. So I think my fall wardrobe is going to be a little bit heftier than my actual winter one, because winter wear is going to be more of those knits staying in there and those long sleeves. But I do have a couple of tanks that I for sure would take out, unless I was wearing maybe like a tank and a cardigan, but here it just gets friggin' way too cold. I couldn't even imagine wearing that. So inspired by some of the ladies that I've been watching on Instagram and on YouTube, and my mental shift has been, instead of, oh, I need that item to make that outfit work, instead I'll be thinking of, what do I have that's like that to make this outfit work? Not only is it going to be good for the wallet, it's going to be good for sustainability, the planet, and overall, like, I'm sure we have quite a few things that we've never paired together that actually look pretty freaking rockin'. So That's it. That's all. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and be sure to subscribe for a video every single day in October. We're trucking through. We're getting through it, guys. I can't believe it, but the challenge has been accepted. I love you guys so much, and we will see you in the next one. Good luck with your own closet organization. Bye.
I'll let you go, just need some time.